Hey water signs, this one's for you. Gonna be doing an energy reading for this week, so if you're curious what might be going on, stick around. We're about to get into it. All right, so as you can see, my setup this week is a little different. I wanted to not be on camera, so I was like, okay, what can I do? So this is what I came up with, and yeah, we're still gonna do cards the same way. You're just gonna see a different angle of it, so I'm pretty excited about that. I hope y'all are doing well. The Queen, determination, sacrifice. Okay. You've left a lot of things behind in order to get where you are now, but regretting your decisions will only tarnish the glory of what you've achieved. There will be more of these challenges in the future. Come to terms with the fact that achieving your goals is worth all of them. This one is hitting hard for me. You guys know, and if you don't, I'm a Cancer, so that is hitting hard to me, especially today, specifically. I'm definitely getting washed with like a wave of sadness about maybe some decisions I've made because some things aren't turning out how that I've wanted them to. But I'm definitely understanding that that is just part of the challenge. Is you're going to feel that regardless of what you do. Not everything is going to feel perfect, even though it is the right decision or the best decision, I mean. So yeah, there's a lot resonating off the bat with this card. So let's see what the traditional tarot has to say about it. And you're welcome to skip ahead if you don't care about seeing the cards come out. Saw that yesterday in the Gemini reading. Gemini season is starting out rough, honestly. It's been really weird and confusing for me personally. Thank God. Wow. Wow. Never noticed they have similar clothes on. It's just like the next level version. Wow, and there's the Empress. Wow, bitch, come on. This is crazy. All right, so we're starting off with the Six of Swords. So this is basically journeying into the unknown. You're unsure of where you're going, but you know there is something better out there. You just have to go find it. And there's going to be a lot of emotions involved. That's why they're traveling on water. And, you know, this is a swords card. So you're feeling like kind of weird, like a fish out of water is what is coming to mind. And I'm seeing there's calm water, but there's also some, you know, rocky waves as well. So it's going to be a mixed bag of emotions, and decision making is going to be weird and hard, especially with the Two of Pentacles coming out after it. You know, this is going to be up and down, and especially with these waves in the background, it's just going to be a test of faith, and it's going to be kind of just you really seeing whether you can handle uncertainty or not. I feel like that's also a really important thing that we need to learn on Earth, is that we're going to go through periods where we don't understand. We're going to go through periods where nothing makes sense and everything is painful and yeah, it's just confusing, you know? It's like, what the fuck is going on? So it's just going to be up and down, but learning how to, you know, keep your balance in those times is what's going to help you ultimately over anything else. It's how you respond to it, how you kind of like brace yourself for the storm is what I'm feeling, you know, especially like in my area, there's like a storm this weekend. And so I'm just feeling like I'm bracing myself for that emotionally and physically in a way. It's really interesting. I just got hit with this wave of energy today, like this afternoon, you know, and it's really interesting. So I really feel like it was just a huge shift yesterday with Gemini season starting. It's really intense, but there's going to be a lot of things dismantling. And honestly, although I did yesterday's reading for the air signs, go back and look at that. I feel like it's really just about how Gemini season is going to go in general. So I talked about in that reading yesterday how there's going to be a lot of things coming apart and falling together and being weird and just like adjustment. This is a readjustment period. People are going to be making impulsive decisions that they don't understand, really. I feel like there's a lot of unconsciousness going on, even in the way people are driving. Like, I'm just like, the past few days I've seen people make such weird decisions. And it's like, I'm not even mad. I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? It's like, so I don't know, pay attention to that. And I really feel like the energy hits differently in certain areas, you know, depending on where the energy is coming from. I'm still kind of trying to, you know, figure that out, like how we can predict these waves of energy in a similar way that we can predict the weather. But anyways, I'm getting off on a bit of a rant there. So let me keep focused. I'm sorry. But yeah, things are going to be coming apart and being readjusted at this time. And so the real key is like, can you just sit there and allow it to? Can you let it happen? And you know, the song that I heard earlier was Indecision by Sampha, and it's the one where he's like, let it all work out. He just repeats that over and over. Let it all work out. You know, he says that over and over and over again. And I'm like, yes, I need to just let shit happen and just keep going with my own flow and not be too hard on myself, because energy is heightened right now. Definitely. I'm really feeling it, especially knowing that we have a pretty intense week next week in the planets. So, you know, with the Judgment and the World card coming out together, this is really saying there's going to be a death and rebirth. This is a completion of a cycle. There's a cycle ending right now, apparently, for us. So this is really hard, and it's new and scary, but it's really about, can you keep your cool during it? Can you navigate this and just go with the flow and let it happen, and understand that sometimes as a collective we just go through crazy shit. It's just ups and downs, and yeah, usually it doesn't make any sense at the time, but it'll make sense later. It's one of those where it's like, why does this have to fall apart? You won't know until you're like all the way over here in the story. It's like, it's not going to be that simple that you just get it automatically, you know? Okay. So, you know, I'm really happy to see that the Magician is next, because this tells me that we will be able to, you know, break out of this in a productive, conducive way and with a lot of growth. We're going to grow through this storm, you know, and not let it tear everything down. We're going to, well, maybe it'll tear some things down, but there will be a lot that will be rebuilt. So with the Star card coming out next, I'm seeing a lot of healing taking place because of this. You know, I was talking about yesterday, there's a visual on the Lovers card where it's like the female side is fruitful tree growing, you know, but there's a snake. And then on the male side, there's a tree and it's on fire, right? Symbolizing destruction and growth. So with destruction does come healing at the end of the day, because I was talking about, although those trees burnt down, they talk about how wildfires are actually really great for the soil. It actually helps things grow better than before. It's kind of like a reset. So I'm seeing this as like a reset that needs to take place. It's like a divine destruction type of thing. This is going to help in some type of way. You just have to trust it. Trust is key right now. And I'm trying to do that myself, of like, can I, you know, trust myself and know, like, trust myself in the decisions that I'm making. You know, I think it's hard sometimes. But as long as you're consciously learning, you're always trying to grow from your situations, you're always studying what you've been through and trying to move forward and find, you know, your closure in it, you know, or your peace in it. That's what's really the point here, is like, can you, like, life is not going to be all rainbows and butterflies. How can you respond to the fucked up things that happen sometimes? Can you respond by being like, there are no L's, they're just lessons. There's no losses, just lessons. I've been seeing that all over the place. There's no losses, there's just lessons. There's wins, but there's no losses. It's just lessons. It's not that type of L. And I see that if you can keep with that mindset, if you can take that mindset after coming out of this, you'll be set on a new path full of confidence, stability, trust, power. There's just so much strength as you walk forward towards this new version of yourself. But you got to decide, what do you want? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Who do you want to be? Like, everything requires a decision, and delaying the decision isn't going to help. You know, if you're avoiding it or overthinking into oblivion, odds are you already know what the answer is. You're just kind of dancing around it. So you need to just full send and trust yourself. And surrender. And see shit differently. You might not be seeing things the right way, depending on how you're viewing this, you know? And, you know, today I'm like, dang, I'm feeling some type of way. So I have the opportunity to go to a party later. I don't think I'm going to go because I feel like I got to sort this out, you know? Sometimes you got to sort this out in yourself and not let too many other energies affect you. And look at that. I didn't even realize the Hermit was next. This is exactly what the Hermit does. The Hermit locks down. He's like, I got something to figure out. You see he's got that lantern? He's like, I got to dive into my subconscious. And I got to see what's going on here. Because that's how you find harmony. Because you just keep running from shit and fighting your feelings. It's not going to lead you towards this. It's going to take you here. Fighting with the devil. So I think we both know which we would rather have. And we're ending with the sword. The Ace of Swords. Not the sword. This is your voice. This is you finding your voice. Being confident about your decisions. There's success here. So you wouldn't have found this had you not journeyed into yourself. You don't find your voice outside of you. So, yeah, we're in a transition period. So just try to have a good time where you can. Seriously. The Chariot card is a Cancer card, so. Man, sorry, I'm just so down right now. It's just kind of like the energy. I'm going to just roll with it, and maybe you guys are feeling similar, so maybe we can, you know, relate. But yeah, getting some confirmational messages. 5 of Air, 5 of Swords is conflict, tension, but it's conducive. There's positivity in that conflict. Because you figure out what you really want. 4 of Earth. I might have to read that one. I'm not. 4 of Pentacles, I believe. So yeah, I think I'm going to read these from the book today. Conflict is a good way to see my motives and intentions. I can use this experience to grow into a more authentic version of myself. It's not important to win. It's important to have integrity. Other people have different ways of thinking. It may not always be in agreement with me. I open to this opportunity to live and let live. Yeah, this is just let people be. Let shit happen. People have minds of their own. They have their own shit going on. So there's, you know, tension brings a lot. Just making sure that you have integrity through that conflict is what's key. Just maintaining integrity. Ownership, the beauty of divine order, trusting in a solid foundation. Yeah, that foundation that you cultivated here with the Emperor. Even if I feel shaken up and I'm unable to understand why things happen as they do. Oh my God, dude. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I know for certain that divine order manifests in all aspects of my life. What I have built rests on a solid foundation, so there's no need to fear. While it is true that nothing is permanent in the material world, I find security in the existence of a divine plan. Dude, this is reminding me of when the Tower card happens. This is only really going to negatively affect the towers that aren't built on solid foundations. This is a time when things are falling apart because they're meant to. You know, they're not, this is not for the weak, you know? This is like, is your structure sound enough? Can it handle the storm? Or is it going to crumble and fall because it wasn't built correctly in the first place? That's what this card is really saying. Wow. Page of Fire. Is that Wands? Wow. So these are the same card. So that's a synchronicity. Enthusiastic action, adventurousness, venturing forth, beginning a project, acting on a new idea. I am free to venture forth, for co-creating a life true to my desire is my right. I am finding my purpose as I take the first step into something new. My ideas have value. I dream boldly. Yeah, and that's exactly what I was saying when I was like, you just got to make a decision of who you want to be and trust that. You know, trust that intuition of like, I'm feeling this way for a reason. I want this thing for some reason, so I'm going to fucking go for it, you know? And, you know, it really just takes the right viewpoint to get you motivated and feeling good about it. So if you're feeling unsure about something, maybe you need to sit with yourself and figure that out. But it looks like you're going to be able to find your footing in this and start trusting. And let's see what Messenger of Fire is talking about. Determination for a new adventure. What I just say is going to motivate you to get going. I trust in my vision and act accordingly, remaining true to what I value most and desire, which can manifest in many forms. Right. So maybe the thing that you wanted to work out isn't working out, but something else might. So it's really about shifting a perspective of maybe there's a reason that this happened. You know, I'm not going to get too upset right now. I'm going to trust myself in the decisions I've made and see what happens. So let's see. Your dreams need a practical plan. So you just need to get really realistic and make a plan for how you're going to do this and how you're going to get what you need. Instead of just dreaming about it, you know. Adjustments are required. Yeah, we need to make some moves. There needs to be these adjustments. You know, that's why the Tower is here. These adjustments need to happen. And maybe it takes some pushing sometimes. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. So if you're feeling imbalanced in that way, that'll help. It's like making these adjustments will help you figure out your balance. It's like, okay, this isn't working for me. This is. This isn't. This is. It's just like really sorting things out, you know, in the same way that he's like looking at this. Okay, I don't want that because of that, and I don't want this because of that. You know, it's like you gotta weigh things up and think about it. Avoiding it isn't going to help you. So just roll with these emotions and it'll make things flow a lot easier. Some guidance messages. Reconnect with Mother Earth. Yeah, going outside can't what was I gonna say? Going outside will help. Touching grass helps. You know, it's really powerful to go outside and take time out. Yeah, you just need to take a step back and reconnect with yourself. Honor the deities around you. Focus on children. So be thankful for the spirit team around you, you know, and ask for help if you need it. Ask your spirit team. If you're like, dude, I'm so lost right now. I'm really struggling. I need help. just make that statement, they will come and help you in any way that they can. But you got to be open to it. You got to look out for the signs and see, okay, they're sending me this number. What does this mean? Okay, they're telling me this. Focus on children. Oh my God, and go with the flow. So treat yourself like you're a baby. This is what I was talking about. I feel like this has come out a lot this week. So treat yourself like you're a newborn baby, and like everything is new and scary and weird, and you just have to kind of be open to it and feel it out, and, you know, just rely on support. Really call out to your support and go with the flow. Let go, rest, and manifest. This is the time to really come into yourself. So, you know, dive in those depths today and see what happens. Yeah, and try to enjoy the new beginnings as much as possible. Damn, we got connect with water right there too, so that's crazy. But enjoy these new beginnings, and if you're feeling off about it, just have a conversation with yourself, you know, or reach out to me and we can talk about it together, because it's hard out here, man. It's hard being a human and knowing about the spiritual shit, you know. It's like, oh man, it's tough to balance spirituality and practicality. Like I said, like, it's really hard to do this, but we gotta accept that we're human, accept that we're spiritual, and learn how to live in harmony with both of those aspects of ourselves. So, you know, good luck out there. Y'all got this. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a great week. Bye.